This is basically we are here to take demo for Paperless GMP, and this software has been developed under guidance of Cyclone Pharmaceuticals Private Limited and developed by Paperless GMP Software Private Limited. These both organized, Cyclone Pharmaceuticals Private Limited is in pharmaceutical industry for last 10 years, and the technocrats who are associated with Cyclone Pharmaceuticals Private Limited are already worked in industry for more than 18-20 years, and all peoples who are involved are shop floor, so they knows all details of quality system and quality management also. So this software basically has been developed based on this platform for developing this software is Angular JS node, and background database has been used is Microsoft MySQL. So basically, this is we can provide this software cloud-based, plus we can create internal server for all the database and all things. So in this software, most secure advanced security features have been included so that it cannot be cracked by or it cannot be hijacked. And for the purpose, whatever entries or whatever clicks we are doing on this, whatever forms we are submitting, for every click or every entry, we are generating individual and independent token for every user. So that token will have all user information. We have used this one. Secondly, for security purpose, we can block MAC IDs of all PCs or mobiles. And advanced feature of this software is we can take up this software, entire software. We can take up entire software on uh, Android application also, so that whoever are your key personnels or key professionals of your organization, they can use for approval purpose or for monitoring the data, monitoring your software activities. They can use Android application as well when they are traveling outside. This can be very much easily used on tabs, and no very big infrastructure or very big configuration pieces are required for this. So you can give simple 4 GB configuration tabs to the key persons who are working in department for data entry, and also not having any huge infrastructure or anything to be involved in this. So these are basics about technology used for this software. So now we will go directly to the software demo. So this is the main screen of this software. Here you can see a dashboard, and we are giving for day-to-day operations some notifications from HR department or any other department or management we can display here. From your HO also you can put any message from directors or anyone. Then, as a part of regular curriculum activities, today's birthdays or reminders, many any events are there that you can display here. And task manager for the your login or the user, you can display here. And any notes if you want to make, that also is possible here. So you can see now this is main dashboard. So we have covered this in parts like management, general administration, technical, quality system, and others. So we will start from first general things like management, marketing, planning, human resource, admin, and then we will start with the technical things and the software flow for pharmaceutical industry. So this is we are making this software very much which can be, you can say, user friendly, so that any kind of dosage form, let it be API, let it be formulation, or let it be medical devices, with minor customization you can use this as well. This is now what a demo I am showing. This is ready with me for formulation. So it may not be matching exactly with your product or exactly with the steps of production, but this is production part. But quality systems, quality control, entire flow, that is as per regulations and guidelines prescribed by regulatory authorities. So this is management dashboard. So for management, we are giving entire access, and if you want in future any other data to be fetched from software, which shall be visible to management or visible to your key persons. So this is management dashboard. From HR or admin, you can see employee reports, complete employee data. You can see here whoever employee joining, all the data of the employee you can see here. Attendance summary by day wise, you can select attendance, you can view attendance summary remotely. Salary reports you can access from here. Total man working hours you can access from here. In production reports, whatever you are manufacturing, if you are having multiple dosage forms or multiple products also can be compiled here. So total production report, you can take it, whatever parameters we will give, we will customize according to your need. Then total dispatch reports of the day or of the month, you can see here. Yield analysis of your products. Total purchases, you can see here. GMP inspections, which is nowadays necessary part for day-to-day GMP inspection. So total failure observations or any kind of deviations, any kind of non-compliances, that will reflect here. And we had given management review meetings. So management can announce review meeting for quality systems. So these meetings will appear here, and whoever you want to call for meeting, you have to add the manager's names here. So you can go on adding managers' names. So to the department, whatever departments you want to call, their managers will appear here. And meeting agenda, you can decide at your own date and timing of meeting representatives. And then meeting log or meeting report you can view from here. So this is the entire dashboard: attendance, total purchases, under production report, total QMS reports. After management, we will go going to see marketing department here: client management, lead management, proposal management, received PO entry, work order to planning, market complaint handling, product list, technical document request, dossier, DMA, PP, anything you want to request from regulatory department, product report, and customer feedback. Dr. Shiva, as per your last suggestion, we have added customer feedback also here.
Great.
So, and the quality management systems, relevant documents which are needs to be signed or needs to be verified by cross-functional department. Many reports from deviations or change controls are coming to marketing department also, or internal audit purpose also. Marketing department wish to share certain internal audits reports to their clients. So that have been shared here. So in client management, you can have entire report. Client list you can view here, and documents which are coming from client. Lead management, you can add leads from this tab. And you will find here entire report for the leads which are generated. Plus status of inquiry. Inquiry action we have given here. Here you can see whatever inquiries have been generated. You can add on daily basis, you can add report here. So whatever action you have taken, you have replied through mail, or and every document, every action will have separate, and it will be considered as separate entity in software. And you can view this entire action, and you can track what actions your employees or your marketing team is taking on the leads. So they have to just select the inquiry, client name, and whatever action they are taking, their remark, and submit it. So you can generate report date-wise, report client-wise. So after this, so market complaint handling we have given here. Then received POs from client, you can enter. Proposal, you can make customized proposals for client. Work orders for planning department can be sent from here directly. And market complaint handling, whatever products are there, that products will reflect here with all technical documents like specifications or product portfolio. So on one click, they can send, only putting email ID of the client, they can send directly to the client whatever required documents client is asking for. Technical document request to QA department, if client wants certain COAs or certain specific documents from technical department or QA department, that can be asked from here. And dossier DMF documents, then production report, they can see whatever status of their production, whatever their client's production is going on. Inquiries have been bifurcated like tenders, institutional, domestic, export. So these are all customized part. So whatever your product and whatever you are giving data, which we can put here. After marketing, we will visit planning department. So planning requisitions, availability of materials, you can check here. Request for new bill of material, if planning departments wants to give request for additional batch sizes or new formulations, that can be requested to R&D department from here. Then current plans are visible here. They can make production planning from here. Then material purchase status, planning status, work order from for planning department. Shortages, they can check from here. They prepare plan, approved plan, and in process plans. So we are customizing this for one of our client, and within 1 or 2 days, maybe by Tuesday, and you can see all the forms accordingly, because this is required to have process data and entire production flow of the client, so we can manage all these things here. Software planning, human resource department, we have made this completely digital. You need not to handle any paperwork for any interview or any kind of appointments, offer letters, or joining forms or anything. So this entire things are made here very much clear. That recruitment, new candidate, you can add new candidates from here. Once you are adding new candidate, that candidate will, when you are adding new candidates will appear here for interview, and you can schedule his interview or candidate's interview from this portal. So candidate will have mail ID, mail or SMS for the interview venue, interview timing, and you can select for which department that candidate is coming for interview and submit it. After this, that candidate will be appearing for allocation of the interview. So from here, whatever candidate you have selected, that what the candidate name will appear here, which department you are going to select is candidate's designation, or which designation you are asking to join this kind of, you are going to take interview for this candidate, and the employee who is going to take interview. So once you are adding this one, our employee will get text message or email, or he can see on his portal also, he will get alert that you are having pending interview. Then when candidate will appear for interview. So here, whoever waiting candidates are there, that candidates will appear here, their qualifications and all these basic details. Then interviewer can fill up the entire data while taking interview, experience, how many years experience, months experience, then key roles of the candidate, technical knowledge is average, good or excellent, then family background of the candidate, what family peoples are doing, so financial condition and financial background of the candidate, attitude of the candidate can be described shortly, confidence of the candidate, whether it is average, good or excellent, or he is overconfident. the willingness for many times our marketing peoples or technical peoples are also have to go for traveling for different sites or to meet clients. So traveling willingness you can put here, and final remark. So once you are filling this form, the offer letter you can offer the candidate. It is going for manager's review, and in manager's login you will find whether I will show that one also. So these interview forms will come for manager's review. Here this candidate will appear, and if something is pending, all these are active and completed. So if new candidate is coming, then managers will have task assignment, means whether this candidate has been selected or have to send for final interview or not. And in manager, once they are selecting the candidate, offer letter will generate. So in manager's role, we are given shift and attendance, joining and appointment, so awaiting decision. Now selected candidate will come for candidates form will come from department head to HR department, or call for final interview, keep waiting, or need this interview by senior, or rejected. Then for which department and which finally which designation that candidate is going to select. Then his joining form will appear here. So it is in manager's login. Manager has to get the person joined. So whether what leaves are applicable to the candidate or not. So whatever transport benefit, canteen benefit, or telephone benefits have been given to the candidate or not. Is final resume, current resume, you can keep it uploaded, so that if candidate is have sent at the time of recruitment, they may send some other resume, and final resume for our record we can upload here. Upload photo of candidate. Include induction training is required for this candidate or not required, that we have to mention here. If it is yes, then the candidate, while we are generating the candidate's role, that time he will find induction training form and he has to fill up the form. Permanent address, other details are there. So this all candidates are, so now this in log also you can see here, call for final interview. So status you will find selected or call for final interview, need interview by senior, or candidate rejected, that all status will appear here. Then the HR manager can generate appointment letter directly from here. Whatever selected candidate is there, whether metro, non-metro, PF is applicable or not applicable, ESIC is applicable, not applicable, when they are putting their gross salary here. Then bonuses, if some bonuses are applicable to them, PF deduction percentage, whether what is PF deduction. Sometimes what happens, company is not going actual calculation of government, but they can customize their own, and this form can be customized according to your needs, or according to your format. So all calculations will appear, and automatically this appointment letter will be generating PDF of the appointment letter. So you can directly mail it or send it along with annexure to the uh, uh, to concerned candidate. So induction and medical. So induction candidate, where candidates are pending for induction or completed, that report HR manager can see here. If candidates wants to send for medical checkup, here they have to just select the candidate name, physicians, from physicians master. Here you can say see in user they can add physicians master, whatever test you want to get it done for this candidate and others. Once you are submitting this one, email will go to physician directly, that these candidates will come come to your clinic for medical checkup. And payroll and salary calculations you can find here. You can download this as a Excel or some, and we can attach your whatever you, if you are having thumb swapping or thumb impression or some other machines, that reports can be directly import to our software, and direct calculations can be done. Whatever trainings are pending, that trainings can be done from here. Labor master or labor calculation, labor salary calculations can be done from here. Then government compliances and current employees data manager can see. User management, this is most important part. for our complete software running. Manager can assign daily tasks to his subordinates. So he can assign here whatever daily tasks are there. And then when we are putting this as daily task, this will appear in employees. Every manager will have this daily task in his dashboard. So they can assign daily tasks to their employees or their department employees and get it done. If some person is going for leave, while approving leave, we have to give additional responsibility to some other employees. So, or sorry, this is not for leave, but this is for if some employee is leaving company and their vacancy, their post is vacant, that time we need to give some additional responsibility to any other additional. Suppose assistant manager QA is leaving the company or manager QC is not available for 1 month, that time we can assign additional responsibility to assistant manager QA as manager QA, because without that he cannot sign the document. So delegating authority has been given. This is mandatory as per as regulations are considered. And we can assign users from here. You have to select any employee, and this employee, whether he is user, checker or approver, accordingly his role will change and the forms will float. Means if you are giving this employee as only approver, then all forms which are filled by department officers, that will directly go to approve, that will go for approval to the approver, and checker cannot approve this. Means you are shuffling the roles, then it will automatically change and documents will float accordingly. This false means the candidate is not, or employee is not having authority to open these documents or fill up the documents. True means the whoever is assigned as true, they can fill up the documents and they can write the documents, and for checker it will go for checking purpose and approval purpose. So this three-layer user system we had given for this software, and everyone will have different login, different passwords. So it will be protected entirely. Nobody can see others' documents. Nobody can fill up others' forms. So job responsibilities can be assigned from here. So once job response, this will be user will assign this, and this will be visible to manager. Here you can see manager is not having any right to change the job responsibilities. We will go in pending. Here they can add additional job responsibilities if they want to add. So job responsibilities will be created here. So again, we are now, we will go in user management. So generally, officer is the user of the department. So leave management, appraisal, promotions, resignation, and relieving also has been given. If any employee wants to put resignation, this resignation will from his employee dashboard. Here is employee dashboard. From employee dashboard, he can put the resignation, and that resignation will appear here. So resignation status, whether this is accepted or rejected. Then clearance from departments. If that employee needs to take clearance from department, HR person can select that this department has to give clearance, and this form will go to directly department head. Once department head is putting remark that everything is okay, once that candidate is finalized and all formalities has completed, exit interview can be taken for this candidate by HR head, and then experience letter or all these relieving formalities can be completed from here. So we are trying to make entire HR department as digital. If you want to add certain other things or small any customized formats, or you want to change any things, any appraisal form or anything to be given, so this can be added in this. After HR department, this is admin department, labor contracts, agreements, stationery, inventory management, housekeeping material management, garden management, laundry and gowning, transport management, facility management, safety and security related things can be added here. This will be added here, and first aid management will be there. Now we will go for our main flow, that is, which will start from purchase department. And this is as per regulations, we have designed this entire flow. So a department has to put indent. So new indent for raw material, packing material, and chemicals, we have kept separate indent process. And for general things, we have stationary, engineering, spares, equipment, reference standards or impurity standards. All these general things have been kept separately. So this can be customized where you in masters you can put these indents. After indent, a purchase department head or purchase officer shall add quotations for these materials, because to make purchase order, quotations which are received from our vendor shall be added here. Then they can go for purchase order creation. Here purchase order can be created from two. Uh, One is from indent and one is direct purchase order. In direct purchase order, you can manually create the purchase order. Many times it is not possible. Some circumstances may arise that it is not possible to have indent to place, or some authority or directors or somebody is in traveling, so they cannot create indent and they need this material on priority. So directly you can add quotations here and create the purchase order. Else it is directly coming from indent. If one department is giving indent for 5 materials, then 5 different purchase order will be prepared. So different purchase order, it will be by vendors, it will be bifurcated. So here this is purchase order, and here while finalizing the purchase order, factory or corporate office or go down, other delivery places you can add here. Terms and condition, you can, this is customized. So vendor to vendor or case to case, or as per payment terms and conditions can be changed from here. So after this, purchase orders will be prepared. So this is final purchase order. You can have ready purchase order for sending the clients. And vendor management is there. You can add vendor from here. So we have kept vendor management system completely digital. That once you are adding vendor from here to the email ID of vendor, one portal password will go. They can use our portal only to add all documents. If they want to add technical documents or they want to add any specific documents, their licenses, everything can be added from our portal only. They will have login ID and password in their email. You have to click the link, add, put login ID, password, and they can remotely add all the documents here. So after submission of this will go, vendor will receive a checklist, primary checklist for quality assessment. Vendor has to fill up this in our portal, and then it will come for approval to our QA department. So QA will approve this one, then audits will be scheduled or samples can be demanded. So all these things have been given digitally in vendor management portal. You can see here all purchase reports. Purchase trends, we have not added any trend here, but you can suggest us what kind of trends you want for purchases according to your material purchase habits or material purchase process. Here all approved vendors will appear. So after purchase, we will go to security, because we have raised now purchase order and material are awaiting for receiving. So material will be inwarded into security department. So it may be from purchase order or direct purchases also. If it is from purchase order, all the details will appear here from the purchase order, PO number and vendor name, and transport company, whatever challan we will receive, we have to add the transport company, and vehicle number, challan number, date of challan, tax invoice number, driver's name. Save this one. So material will successfully inwarded. And similar way, material outward, whatever invoices, material name, material sent to, region, quantity, inward type, outward type, outward type, returnable basis or non-returnable basis, request by transport company name from our, this will appear from our uh, database. Then driver's name, driver's mobile number, vehicle number. So material can be outward. So here is the in time out time of the employee. This can be attached to your thumb impression machine or any card swapping machine or barcode machine also. So directly entry will appear from here. Now this manager has already logged in or entered his data. So he is not authorized to. So error will appear here. Same way employee exit, labor's entry, labor's exit, and visitor's gate pass. So any visitor is coming, you have to assign the code for the tag, category, vendor, client, or visitor or contractor. Name of the visitor you can add, visiting department, meeting with, purpose of the visit. This we can customize as directly you can place a tab there on your security gate, and visitors also can fill up this data to avoid any access to means to avoid the delay or anything. Visitor can fill up this on gate, and this message will directly go to the department head to whom he wants to meet, and he has to just from his visit, that visitor is visiting to HR manager. HR management manager has to only visit complete, has to mention that visit completed. The person will come for directly exit. Here completed visits are there, so you can print the gate pass for the person who is visiting, and you can exit that person. So he is exited. Now here date and time appeared for exit. He has exited at 11:39. Security person wants to put any indent, or security head will may have some new candidate for interview, so they can take interview from here. So this is entire security module. Then the material will arrive at stores department. So awaiting inwards, pending materials, received materials. So this is now 1 2 3 4 challan number we have generated, uh, and this challan will receive here. So all labeling details will be there: manufacturing date, expiry date, batch number, receiving quantity details, pack size, units, then challan quantity, received quantity, number of containers, and damaged container. If some damaged container is there, then the outer damage, this is outer damaged or inner damaged container, then remark has to put packing details, packing intactness, okay, not okay, outer packing, sealed, unsealed, container type, drum, bag or boxes. If it is bags, then which kind of bags are there. If this we are selecting this drum, then which kind of drums are there, you can see here. The vehicle covered or open, COA received or not. So as per regulations, COA is mandatory for our operations, pharma operations or medical device operations. So COA has to receive, and if it is not received, then we have given two options. So accordingly, if you are going for US or anything, we have to remove this no need for deviation. COA will receive within 24 hours. And if you are going for higher regulations, then we have to go for, if COA is not there and you want to accept material, you have to raise the deviation. If COA is received, COA can be uploaded here. Then after receiving, same way, general material receiving has been given like stationaries and other materials, spare parts or anything. If damage container is damaged, then damaged container inspection has to done for the same. So if some material is awaiting, this inspection report will go directly to, once we are in receiving form, we are mentioning that this container is damaged, this will go to QA department. And then after complete formalities from QA department and from approval from QA department only, these damaged containers can be received. So QA can put remark whether this is going for separate sampling. If it is going for separate sampling, then two GRNs will be created. Suppose 10 containers we are receiving, 8 containers are okay, that GRN will be separate, and 2 containers QA is suggesting that this has to be sampled separately and this has to be tested also separately. That time, 2 different GRNs will be created. Then this will come for weighing purpose. Whatever materials we are receiving, it will come for weighing purpose. Then GRN will be prepared. Labels will be printed directly when GRN will be prepared. So this is format for GRN. The PDF can be downloaded for prepared GRN. Here all digitally signed authorizations are mentioned. Now here you may have issue about Indian FDA, because though we are saying that this software is validated and this software is having everything in place, all data is secure, everything is okay, but till Indian FDA may ask for signing of every form, or they may ask for printouts of the form, because we have made this paperless, but this can be acceptable by other regulations, or it can be accepted. They will not raise any objection when we are giving all these authorizations and digital signatures. But Indian FDA may ask for signing of the forms properly by approving authority, or by prepared by or checked by. So in that case, if you need, you can print this form and we can give here signing column also, so that they will find that this has been printed and signed. So digitally also signed and physically also signed documents can be in place. So every time whenever we are making printout of the document, this path of generated by who has taken the printout, date and time will appear here. So it can be real-time printouts, and no one can take printouts and just make fool to others that I have not taken printout. So this is a real-time database. So this is GRN. So after receiving, material will go for dedusting, then weighing of the material. Here are some completed materials you can see with vacuum cleaner ID and all prepared by and dates and times. Weighing of material. So complete weighing, whatever weighing has been done, that weighing form will appear here, and then it will go for GRM preparation. Here you can see complete stock book, status of the material, whether it is under test or approved material. You can download this one or email this report to any of your client, or somebody wants, some party wants, you can send reports from there. This location chart, you can create your own location chart, and other quality system parts. Balance calibration has been given here. So daily verification of the balance, precision test, measurement uncertainty, measurement eccentricity. Then material, after preparation of GRM, material will go to QC department. So this is QC module, quality control module. Here we had given test masters, then standard masters, chemical masters, lab masters. Then other quality management systems have been that inventory management system, chemical reagents, glassware management, stationery management, equipment inventory, and accessory parts we had given. This part is as customized, will be customized as per your formats of AMV or something. Here stability samples will come from QA department, because we have kept QA department stability management systems in QA department, and all kind of validations can be put here. Rest all operation part, that is sampling. We will receive sample from GRN, and this awaiting GRN will be coming from sampling. So managers first, QC manager has to assign the sampling person or QC executive. Sorry. So from here, QC executive can allocate sampling, in-process sampling, or any kind of pending approvals are there. And sampling logbook he can verify. So QC executive will allocate sampling person from here or testing. If something after sampling material will come for testing, and he can allocate testing person from here. So once the person is allocated for sampling, this data will appear here. This part is most important in this, because sampling quantity. So sampling quantity will be decided from specifications, and it will appear directly here. We have given this specification quantity into two, means test and out of specification samples, and composite samples can be drawn from here. Other conditions, they can change: damaged, acceptable, or partially damaged but acceptable, or intact container. Laminar airflow. While sampling, we have to put all laminar airflow data, and the QC person will have all standard quantity, and on doing sample, he has to just mention it is done. If balance is not calibrated, then the sampling form will checklist will be denied to fill up. That balance calibration has to done for this sampling activity. Then it will come for testing. वे बोलो सांग ना टेस्टिंग पेंडिंग करना म्हणून. I want to show testing. So all kind of testing: raw material, packing material, in-process material, R&D validation batches or something, and stability testing will be there. And after testing, COA will be generated. And once COA will generate, this will go for stock updation, whether this is material is approved or rejected. Before testing, we have to add specifications. So for specifications also, we have given entire quality system part, that is new specification, revision of specification. So they can put revision, specification revision request from here. That request will go for approval of department head. After approval only, the specification up through change control only specification can be revised. If this is periodic review of the specification, this will appear here, and this can be directly, they can directly go from QA. After QA authorization, they can directly go for specification review. This is specification index, revision history of all specifications, absolute specifications, and distribution record of the specifications. So news, while adding new specification of any category in medical devices, the materials, key materials may be different. Accordingly, we can design the category, and we can add category in master. So material code will be generated, and version number supersedes shelf life of the material in months, storage conditions, and next review date from the current date, safety precautions, sample quantity. From here you can add sample quantity, how much sample we have to withdraw at the time of testing, and retest period can be mentioned here directly. So automatic reminder for retest GR or retest GRN will be created in stores before 7 days of the retesting. And test, from test masters you can add all you can select the test. Sub-test master, if any test is having sub-testing, then that can be this. If sub-testing is there, then sub-test will appear from master. Sample quantity for testing purpose, because individual test, all sample quantities will be calculated here as sample quantity unit. So limits less than or more than, and compliances. If we are putting less than, then you can put here unit less than this, then more than, and this will be there. Then if it is limits, then upper limit, lower limit, and if it is complies, you can go for, and test is applicable for retest. Now see, in pharmaceuticals, what happens if you are having 10 tests? So all 10 tests cannot be go for retesting. Some tests may be concluded for retesting. So we have to add here accordingly. Retest specification will be automatically generated from this specification. Similarly, method of analysis, we have to add first test master, then test master, then we have to add method master. In method master, we have to select added test, then chemicals applicable, equipments applicable, glassware, dilutions, calculations, standards, HPLC column, volumetric solutions, all applicable things, whatever things we are adding here, that will appear here, and we have to add these things in master, method master. Accordingly, method of analysis will be generated now. So what needs to be done? This is method of analysis. So material details will applicable will come here, and we have to select the test and subtest. So automatically whatever we have added in test data or method data, that will appear here. You have to add this one. Once you are adding this, it will be appearing in test method. So whatever your format for method of analysis, that can be customized, and that will be reflected in report of test master. And this will go for approval to the department head, then QA head, and then the final test method will be applicable, available in raw data sheet for testing purpose. So accordingly, chemical masters, if some interview is pending from HR department, interview, training need identification or training announcements will be reflecting here. After passing the material, it will go in stock book and it will be available for dispensing purpose. So this water analysis we have kept separately because this is very sensitive matter in pharmaceutical industry. Control samples can be charged, can be placed for raw materials or testing materials if anything. So this can be directly allocated from control sample register. And control sample withdrawal request, if you want for some market complaint investigation or something, if you want control samples, then control samples can be withdrawn from this portal. Request can be sent for withdrawal. The control sample logbooks will appear here. Similarly, whatever testing request coming for stability, that will appear here, and same flow will be followed for testing purpose, which we are following in raw material or finished product. This is retest management. In retest management, whatever GRNs will be created for retest from stores department, that will come, and again the testing pattern will be followed, which we have seen for at the time of then sampling, and all these things will be done. All calibrations which are applicable in your laboratory, we will put here, and this will be again customized formats. So this is entire QC department. Now we will go for our main part of software, which is not available to any ERP vendors till now. And some have, but they are again not linked with process part or production part. Before that, we will look for some production part. So this is production department. In production, you can check shortages, whatever your formulation is there or whatever your product is there, whatever materials you are using, that material shortages can be added in batch unit formula or batch formula, and accordingly these shortages can be calculated. And this all unit formula and everything has to be created in R&D department. So from R&D, this will come here and you can add, you can check shortages. So whatever standard bill of material for your material production, that will appear here, which will be this data will come from R&D department. So if there are any shortages, these shortages will appear here. So ingredient specifications, standard quantity, available quantity, and API quantity calculation. API quantity calculation is applicable in pharma for essay basis, on essay basis or on right basis. Then we will go for batch planning. From here, you have to select dosage form of your products, and then the batch can be planned. So once you are adding this, all details of the batch will come. You can see again the master formula for the batch 10,000 batch. This is formula for 10,000 batch. Then materials, these are the two materials which are available. Then API quantity calculation, you can see here. And you have to confirm this plan batch. Once you are confirming this batch, this will go for approval to the department, approval to the QA department, and QA will allocate batch number to this batch once you are planning this batch. And master formula, uh, this will appear from R&D department. Batch formula, this will be created in production department. Production person will create batch master. So accordingly, as per the batch sizes, they can create batch formula master. Then master BMR, if they want to prepare new master, we want to prepare new master BMR, we can prepare from here. We have to add different batch sizes. So this is new master BMR, we can prepare from here. Then we will go for EBMR. Now everything which is we are manufacturing, that is accountable, persons are accountable. So daily basis, whatever stages of BMR, we have to give tasks to the operators and officers, and that part of the BMR only will be visible to the assigned officer, not entire BMR. Means like hard copy, we are giving BMR to any officer and that is lying in your production department, everyone can see the same. But here that is not case, because we are allocating tasks on daily basis to the officer. And if we are allocating that three stages of the manufacturing, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 are applicable for this BMR. So for this officer, or he has to work on these three stages, only that three stages BMR will be visible to the officer and not the entire BMR. Then we will go for batch processing after allocation. So whatever batches are under processing, that will appear here. And so while processing the batch, once you are preparing master BMR, while processing the batch, this will be view for BMR. Whatever stages you are adding in master, that will appear here. And whoever officer has assigned the page, suppose 3 pages we have assigned to the batch manufacturing stages, assigned to one officer, only these 3 pages will be visible to the officer, not entire BMR. So this is entire BMR will appear here, and they have to fill up, and this is again customized part according to your product. So after completion of the BMR, this BMR will be transferred for packing, and here you can see the BMR and download the completed BMR for further reviews. So whatever general test and process steps you can add from here. So dosage form and steps. This is entire customized. We are giving this complete things customized. You can create your own BMR right now also. If you are adding here that medical device, whatever your category of medical device as a dosage form and steps of manufacturing, you have to just go add on. And once you are adding these steps of manufacturing, you can create your own master BMR, own standard BMR. So product to product you have to add and go on continuous adding so that you will see here batch formula and everything you will be reflecting. And next, once you are go on adding next process steps, you can map. This is mapping of the steps only. So this portal, this is also ready. Only thing is that we have to understand your product and create masters for dosage form, master for process steps, and in process checks will be appearing from specifications. These are stage wise. You can add step and in process checks frequency every 2 hours, every 1 hour, or after 4 hours. You can go on adding. This will added in BMR activity. This will be mapped in BMR against steps, against individual step. So complete manufacturing summary will appear here, and you can view all IPQA test and officers in charge for the batch and all details, yield and all details you can check here. So production report, if rejections are there, yield analysis you can see here. Technical information sheets which are required you can see here. So from here then we will go for the quality assurance department. In quality assurance, we have covered entire quality system documentation. So IPQA, then batch release, SOP management, control sample, deviation, change control, incidents reporting, complaints handling, CAPA, training, stability management, OS, document management systems, audit, self-inspections, rejection management, OOT. Last time, Dr. Shiv Kumar has suggested that risk management that also we have added in this. Product recall, APQR, equipment qualification, personnel qualification, stereo management. This is for printed stereos, rubber stereos, which we are demanding from our suppliers. Then label control, environmental monitoring, and most important, GMP monitoring. So in IPQA, in-process sampling, line clearances, and in-process checks, equipment calibration. So whatever in-process intimation from any other department for in-process checks that will be received here. And so once it is received, he has to go and sample. That person will have sampling activity. All line clearance request will appear here. So they have to just accept or reject the line clearance request. So this request has been rejected. So now that person has to put again the line clearance request from department. In-process checks from BMR will appear here. Means now this part is of BMR part. Like we are having dual functions, like a production person has to check and in-process checks have to be done by IPQA or quality assurance persons periodically. Now this will only the relevant part will be shown here from BMR, and he has to add description, weight of tablet, length, and he has to go on adding. So time will appear here. So whatever frequency will be there, according to that frequency, he has to fill up all in-process checks here. Then equipment calibrations, batch release, whatever batches are completed, that batches will appear here. Product name, grade, type, domestic or export, country, batch number, batch size, manufacturing date, expiry date, number of shippers to be checked. Select checkpoints, whatever checkpoints are there, that checkpoints will appear here, and they have to just check the same and status is okay or not okay, and remark. So this is basically this is checkpoint master. So you can customize these checkpoints. Whatever checkpoints are applicable for your product, you have to go on adding. This will be saved and this will appear here for checking purpose. He has to just select and make checking, so it will appear and down the list. Is to go on adding. Now this will be batch release. So checking record, whatever the test record we have checked, this will appear here as batch release. Now this is pending for checking. So here you can see check by. So it is not appearing. And the batch release certificate will be created for the batch. So product name, batch number, manufacturing expiry, following document of this batch has been reviewed by quality assurance and of the company. Then whatever associated documents that have been reviewed, then distribution date they can put here, and this batch release certificate can go along with batch. This is batch release record. This entire SOP management, whatever SOPs you want to, you are having in your plant, you can see this is the format for SOP has been created by software. You can prepare for achieving this format. You have to add all these details in SOP. These are again customized. You can have your font style or any thing to be done. You can add tables also in this. So whatever SOP, whatever things you want to add in SOP, that has been given here. And output will be according to your format. If you are having, now it is not possible to create, suppose company is having 500 SOPs and every time it is not possible to create SOPs newly, it is time consuming. So we had given here, you have to just select the things, then suppose administration, I have selected HR department. So these are the forms already customized in software. What we need to do, attendance. So SOP name, what is to which SOP, which our SOP, this suppose handling of attendance activities. This is our name of SOP. And SOP number, whatever number you are having right now, that will appear here. Format number for this attendance format, you can assign your number, annexure number. And if you are having any flowcharts, you can add here and SOP file. This will appear near the form, which form you are using. For suppose this is form, so this will appear in this. I will show you this later on. Then SOP index for the departments, you can have entire SOP index and the format numbers which are associated with the SOP. SOP revision request for the periodic review or for change control. Through change control, if you are revising the SOP, this is SOP review request. SOP revision index, SOP training. If some new SOP is launched, then SOP training will appear here. And SOP distribution record. We are creating this distribution record. It is not till completed. And control sample. So finished product control sample is coming under purview of quality assurance department. So new sample can be charged here, withdrawal request, and logbook of the control sample. Deviation management, new deviation, deviations for checking, deviations for approval to QA department, deviations under review, approved deviations, deviation trending, and deviation recommended for CAPA. So here again, in hard copies, we have to circulate our form to all departments for not, if they are not having comment, only for sake of sign, we have to circulate. So we are given here selection of the relevant departments. Only to this department, this form will be sent for deviation. So deviation related to process or documents, process, procedure or documents, deviation categorization, planned deviation, unplanned deviation, major, minor, critical, justification of for time, cause of deviation, description of deviation, affecting any product or material, affecting any equipment or material. If we are doing product, then product name will appear. If product is not there, then it will not appear. Here affecting equipment, if we are saying that yes, equipment is affecting, then name of equipment will appear here. We have to add name of equipment. Similarly, so in deviation, then deviation will come for checking here by QA executive or approval by QA manager. Deviations which are under review and with their status, it will appear here. Approved deviations can be printed as complete deviation form with HOD comments and everything will appear here. And deviation trends and records and deviations which are went for corrective and preventive actions. Similarly, change control will be there. New change control. So whatever change parameters, and this can be customized. If you want any additional field to be added in this, we can add it immediately. That's not big task. So if it is product impact, probable impact on quality of product, yes, then description has to be added, domestic, export purpose, or other change titles, and all these things can be added. Then cross-functional departments remarks, you can just tick mark the department to which departments you want to send it change control. Then change controls will come for approval of quality assurance department, and change control records will appear here. Change control implementation and change control classification. So change control will be trained as quality control, assurance, or department-wise change control data can be reviewed here. Similarly, incident reporting system. So incident form will be filled by user department, and the QA can see how much incidents have been raised by different departments, what is percentage, then major incidents, minor incidents, critical incidents, and incidents logs, department-wise logs you can create here. The incidents will come for approval. It will be in checkers login or approvers login, and incidents logbook can be seen by QA department. In complaints handling, market complaint will be raised and it has been categorized as medical complaint and market complaint. So medical complaints will go by default for review of medical experts or pharmacologists. Type of complaint, non-medical, medical or packing related complaints. Nature of complaint is you can customize this from master, that packing related, quantity, missing, adverse reaction, analytical results, minor complaint, major complaint, critical, need immediate action. So name of product, batch number, and complaint sample received, yes or not. Then these complaints will go for review by different department. First, it will come to QA department, and QA department will inspection of control sample they will do. And complaint requires further further investigation. It is required and not required. If it is not required, then it will be closed immediately. And if it is required, then cross-functional departments comments will appear, and we have to send this to cross-functional department and the complaint logbook. Corrective and preventive actions which are coming from deviations that can be logged in here, and then it will be processed for phase-wise investigations. And training, entire training flow has been given that training need identification by department head, reference document if any. You can add employees from here who are eligible for training. Proposed trainer, you can add, and proposed training date. This will be training need identification for all departments trainings. Then after identification of training needs, we have identified this training now. And this will come for training announcement. If you want to change, you can change the trainer also. And if QA feels that apart from these selected persons, any other person has to be added for training, they can add from here. And training date, training time, venue of training. Then training attendance. Training evaluation. You can prepare your own questionnaire here. Whatever trainings are conducted, that will appear here for evaluation, and this trainer can put the remarks. This is individual training record. If you want to have past training record to be reviewed, total number of attended training sessions and all their trainers name, duration, venue, subject, everything will be appeared here in individual training record. And self certification. If any senior is joining the organization, he has to read the. We cannot give him classroom training if CEO level person or production manager or senior VP or somebody. So we have to give them SOPs and they have to read the SOP. They have to read the SOPs and their record of self certification will be appearing here. This is training logbook for completed trainings. Induction training record will appear here. And training feedback will come from employees login. They have to fill the feedback. And if there is refresher training, that can be done from here. And daily training for workers or officers, workers or labor contractors, because daily they are changing. So we have to add daily training here before attendance of their duty. 10-15 minutes training we can give and record here. And training certification. So this entire is training department. And stability management, we have to initiate stability for any product. Packing, market, number of batches to be charged. Suppose 3 batches we have to charge. Batch time type, whether this is market batches, validation batches, investigational, R&D, scale up, clinical trial, DCGI approved approval batches. Stability chamber, you have to select equipment ID for the stability chamber. And we have selected now 3 batches. If we are doing 2 batches, then 2 fields will appear for batches here. If it is 3 batches, accordingly report and everything will be changed accordingly. You have to select the conditions of stability for these 3 batches and submit it. So once we are submitting this all records, this will come for sample charging. So sampling of stability, we have to allocate some person for stability. So allocation is not available in this version, means we have to go to checker and checker has to allocate this sampling person. Once stability sampling will be done. So here once allocating the same, the QA officer will get here stability sampling. We will allocate one sample. So it might be in manager's lobby. So I have to check to which user they have assigned this task. So after charging of the sample, it will come for stability study scheduling and complete schedule which is created at the time of which is created initially in this form. This entire schedule for stability will appear here. Then stability study schedules, then testing. This will once we are creating this entire schedule, this testing request has to be sent from QA department to QC department. In QC also we were having stability testing tab. So once we are allocating testing from here, it will go there. Summary report, deviation, and stability chamber logbook. If your stability chamber manufacturer is supporting, we can add this directly also, logbooks directly also. Out of specifications forms, which are whatever out of specifications are there, that will come from QC department to here, or whatever investigation they have did, QA has to review the same, put the comment, and whether approve or reject the out of specification. This is out of specification report. Out of specification trends like page-wise investigations, page-wise page investigation 2, then open and closed. Then whatever out of specifications are there, according to their type and the concerns, we can train the out of specifications. Document management, document requisition, document distribution and retrieval, process analytical documents can be bifurcated separately, and distribution logbook. When audits, self-inspection plan, you can make self-inspection plan from here. So you can select the departments. Requirement you can add here, QC, QA, production, which department you want to inspect. Then after that, you can add self-inspection team for the generated plan. Then self-inspection checklists. This will be coming from master. We will provide master for creating this checklist, and the department to the auditors who are assigned departments, that auditors will have login. In their login, they will see checklist, and accordingly they can perform self-inspection. So self-inspection announcement can be done from here. So all departments will have announcement notice that you are having self-inspection of your department on this date. Then self-inspection report. Compliance report, once you are putting non-compliances against a department, that department head will get the non-compliance report, and he has to put his remark or add additional documents or upload documents that will appear in compliance report. And self-inspection logbook. Rejection management. So this will come from directly departments, whether it is stores department, production department, or any other department. Then it will come for approvals. Destruction form can be filled up, and destruction records can be maintained. Out of trend, this is under development now, but it is after process document process or analytical review only we can put all these things in out of specification. Risk management, we are developing this module also. In 1 or 2 days it will be completed. Risk identification, risk assessment, risk analysis, risk evaluation, risk control, risk kappa, and risk review. Product recall, APQR, equipment qualifications, all equipment qualifications or requalifications can be added here. Personal qualifications, stereo management, label controls. In stores or any other departments, whatever labels you are printed from this software, that all label data will appear here. So every label's accountability will be there, including additional labels printed. If some labels have to be printed additionally, then all this will be under label control. Then environmental monitoring, you can put masters at your own. Temperature, humidity records, pressure differential or microbial monitoring, and all train traps will appear here. GMP monitoring, most important part of nowadays pharmaceutical industry. So you can create GMP master checklist first. and that checklist will appear for GMP monitoring. The comments will, whatever comments will be coming from department, you can view here. Then GMP memo, if repeated 3-4 times, it is repeating, then software will send GMP memo directly to the department head that your department is having regular failures, you have to take care. And GMP monitoring report, GMP monitoring compliance reports will appear here. So this was entire quality assurance department. This is engineering, maintenance notes, all maintenance, whatever at the time of process, all maintenance notes will be generated from stores or any equipments or anything that will come here, and they have to accept and attend the maintenance. Maintenance history, maintenance calendar, preventive maintenance, spare part indent, spare part inwards, spare part asset list, breakdown history, AHU sections, then water system documentation and equipment qualifications will be appearing here. Now this was entire software. Now I will explain you how the employee dashboard will be looking. So in employee dashboard, the profile of employee, then his attendance you can see here. These are, they can shift for work dashboard and employee dashboard. Leave applications, they can put leave applications directly from here. It will go for approval. Then daily report of employee, daily tasks which are assigned initially. I have shown you that we can assign daily tasks. So assigned daily task will come here and employee can create his report. If something is assigned, then he has to put the status. And resignation, employee can give notice for resignation or directly resignation, expected notice period, expected relieving date, reason for resignation. This will go for HR, go to HR department. Now another most important thing, we had given directly the mail IDs, whatever your own mail, own configure, own domain mail IDs might be there, or any other mail IDs. That mail IDs from your server we will fetch here. So you can view all mails here. This is we have fetched from Gmail. So no need of using any other browser or any other platform or any other server for mail access. You can put mail from here directly. Whatever sent mails that will appear here. You can compose emails. So we are giving your contact list and everything so that directly from this portal you can go ahead. So all the announcements and everything for the individual employee, induction training form. Now this employee needs to fill the induction training. So he has to complete his induction training from here. Self-certification, training certificate, retraining, whatever notices or whatever things will be there, that will appear in employees dashboard. So this was the entire software which we have seen just now. So if now you are having any questions, you are most welcome to ask the same. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Sachin, this is Madhu. This is indeed a very comprehensive demo of what we have. We could get an overall idea on that.